Yo, what up, my people? I'll take you through negativity and I'll also take you through toxic positivity. Yeah, most people tend to confuse these things, but they're both negative in their way. They're equally negative. So, in the essence of avoidance, it's better to avoid both negativity and also avoid the toxic positivity. In the essence of avoidance, it's better to avoid both. You should avoid negativity and also avoid the toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is the idea that reacting with negative emotions is ideally bad. You have to look for something positive in something negative. Something negative has happened to someone. They don't really understand how they're going to cope with it. But for you, the only thing you do is looking for that positive. Like your mindset is only after looking for what you think is positive to give back to them. A friend of mine once told me, there's nothing as hard as fighting a bunch of fools that think they are doing the right thing. If we look at social media, you're going to find a lot of negativity over there. But the negativity you're going to find in the social media is a negativity that people want to be perceived as something positive. This is where we get back to toxic positivity. These people have a way that they want to bring everything positive in anything they see that's negative. So imagine you are the one doing something negative, but you want to bring something you think is positive to someone else. There's times you get find like, to survive good you have to steal. To survive good, you have to do something wrong. To do anything that puts you somewhere in society where you're going to have some recognition, you're going to find that you have to do something that society considers negative. It comes to a point where this is the choice you have, and this is a mindset. From your mindset, it gets to physical, and you end up doing what might be perceived as wrong. If you see what you're doing is wrong, you can lecture yourself. God gave us a mind where you can really understand what you're doing is wrong and what you're doing is right. It gets to a time in life where you get to understand that what you're doing is wrong. It's better you switch the lanes and get back to the right lane and just do what is right. From places we come from, survival is a very bad thing. If you read economics, it tells you about resources. One of the least available things in the world is the resources. That means everyone cannot get enough. So if you want to get enough, you're definitely having to go for what is for another person. And how do you get what is for another person? It has to be through the negative ways. It can be theft, it can be murder. At the end of the day, they say negative elements can be crucial in our mental situations. There are times when you need to have those negative elements in them for your mental thinking. Imagine if you can't tell the difference between good and bad. If you can't tell the difference between something that's needed and something that's not needed. So you have to get to a situation where you have a taste of both. When you have a taste of both, you know the result of both. And at the end, you have to look for the result of the better. Some people might go for the result of the negative, and some people might go for the result of the positive. However, with life, it doesn't guarantee you that every time you go and be positive, you're going to get what you want. That every time you live positive, you try to be positive, your neighbor has to be positive to you. Because, like I told you, it's a class of upbringing. So positivity, you might be positive, but all the people might be negative towards you. It doesn't mean you get negative, but you can try work on it. You can do some changes. If you can change some people, if you're an elder, you can try changing them, you can try working with them. But just don't have it in mind that as long as you'll do the right things, you will have an end that has to be justified in a positive way. So look through people like the prophets. If you look at Jesus, how did he die? You see how he died? If you look at people like Gaddafi, look how he died. Look at most of the assassinated presidents in the world. They have been assassinated because they have been trying to do the good thing for their people. Most of them, I'm not saying all. But the other side that is wrong, that is negative, finds a way to fight them. That's the best way they can fight them. They assassinate them because the strength of positivity cannot be handled by the same amount of negativity. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for your time for this, and that was my word for today. catch you up on the next video.